Good morning, students. Today we will start our chapter from Thought of the Day. So, student, Thought of the Day is one of the most sincere forms of respect is actually listening to what another has to say. What is the thought of the day is one of the most sincere forms of respect is actually listening to what another has to say. Okay, so let me start our chapter 7, that is changing weather. It is on page number 49. Now, student, first of all, I want to explain this changing weather. Now, student, in previous class, third, fourth, we study about this weather. Now, weather can change every day or even within a day. The factors that decide the weather of a place are the sun, wind, clouds, and rain. Okay, so weather is the condition of air, temperature, rainfall, and cloud over a particular place, a particular time. So, start from warm up activity. Here is in first picture. What can you understand about this picture? We are talking about this picture. What can you understand from this picture? Okay, identify this picture and give the answer in doubt class. Now, second, why are the people sitting around the fire? This is why are the people sitting around the fire? Okay, so let me start chapter weather and climate. Student, on certain days we feel very hot and another others we feel comfortable. There are days on which we feel very cold and there are days when it start raining suddenly. This is because weather of a place keeps changing. That's why we are saying that weather always change because of temperature, pressure, humidity, wind, rainfall determine the weather. So many things behind it, so many reasons, so many factors beside it. Okay, so first of all, what is weather? Student, the change in temperature, pressure, humidity. Now, student, what is humidity is here. What it means? It means dampness and moisture. It is humidity. Wind and rainfall determine. Determine is word also here. It means short out and negotiate. It means determine means sort out and negotiate the weather of a given place. It means the change in temperature, pressure, humidity, wind, and rainfall determine the weather of a given place. So, weather of a particular place changes every day. Okay, so clear in your mind, weather of a particular place changes every day. Weather is changes every day. Okay, now then, what is climate? Student, when a particular weather prevails for a certain time in a particular region, it is called climate. What is climate? When a particular weather prevails. Prevails is word here. Sorry, this is prevails. Okay, prevails means to exist or be common in a particular place or at a particular time. We call it prevails. Okay, now this mean to exist or be common in a particular place or a particular time. We call it prevails. Okay, now here also word is here. You everybody know this about it. Reason. It means country, zone, field. We call it the region. So student, when a particular weather prevails for a certain time in a particular region, weather is prevails for a certain time in a particular region, it is called the climate. Okay, climate does not change as frequently as weather. It is very important thing. Climate does not change as frequently as weather. It is the average weather of a particular place and it remains nearly fixed every year. So, what is the differences in between weather and climate? Weather of a particular place changes every day and climate does not change as frequently as weather. Okay, so factors that influence climate. What are the factors that influence the climate? So student, word here is influence. It means impact, effect, impression. These are the influence. So many factors behind it. So many reason for influence the climate. Okay, now we know what weather and climate are. However, the climate of the whole world is not uniform. Climate is whole world. We are talking about the world. Whole world is not uniform. It is not equal. Okay, the climatic condition vary from one part of the globe to another climate to another. So student, the climate conditions vary from one part of the globe to another. It means climatic conditions are different to one place to another place, one country to another country. Climate conditions will change. Okay, and climate changes occur due to several reasons. So many reasons behind, so many factors behind it. Climate changes. Okay, for climate changes. So climate changes occur due to several reasons. Okay, for this, move on next page. Yes, this is. Now student, I am on page number 50. Here is the reason. First is distance from the equator. Distance from the equator. Now student, distance from the equator play a major role in deciding the climate of the region. So student, equator is, for this I want to make diagram already here, but we also make it. This is equator, 0 degree equator. Okay, this is the equator. So first point is distance from the equator. Okay, why it's so important? Because places near the equator are very hot because they receive the direct rays of the sun. Why it is very important? Because places, see this diagram. This is places near the equator. These are the places near the equator. Okay, because they receive the direct rays of the sun. They receive direct rays of the sun. See it here, they receive the direct rays of the sun. The sun's rays fall vertically. Sun rays are fall straight over the region situated near the equator. So student, places near the equator are very hot because the sun rays are fall vertically over the region. Okay, now then, second point, as the distance increases from the equator, the sun rays become slanting and therefore the impact of sun rays is less. Second point, as the distance increases from the equator, it means student, when we move forward and when we move from the equator is downward. So sun rays become slanting. Therefore, the impact of sun rays is less. This is why the poles are colder than the equatorial region. Poles, it is North Pole and in bottom it is South Pole. So, the poles are colder than the equatorial region. Got it everyone? Okay. Now, Second point here is altitude. Student, altitude means elevation and height. Okay, height. It is altitude. Height above the sea level is also important in determining the climate of a place. Height above the sea level. Always I am saying that when we measure the height of the mountain, height of the hills, we always measure above the sea level. Okay, so height above the sea level is also important in determining the climate of a place. The higher a place is above the sea level, the colder it is. Okay, so we study about and learn about the altitude. So height above the sea level is also important in determining the climate of a place. The higher place. Higher place means hills, mountains, plateaus. These are the higher place. So higher place is above the sea level, the colder it is. This is because in the troposphere, as we move higher, the temperature decrease. Troposphere is the first layer of atmosphere, and in the troposphere, as we move higher, we move upside of the troposphere, temperature it decreases. This is the reason that the mountain peaks remain snow covered throughout the year. It is not so in the plains. Okay, student, the mountain peaks remain snow covered throughout the year. It is not so in the plains. Okay, now third point here is distance from the sea. Places near the sea coast. Sea coast. Places near the sea coast enjoy warm and cool sea breeze throughout the year. First point, land observe. Observe means, student, it means suck and imbibe. Imbibe means suck. Observe. So land observe heat faster than water. It is the character of the soil. Land observe the heat faster than water. Okay, therefore in summer the air above the land is warm and rises up very fast. Due to this, the cool sea breeze flows into the land. Thus the temperature remains mild. Okay, so third point is distance from the sea. For this, we move on page number 51. Yes, this is the third point, distance from the sea. In this point, we study about the places near the sea coast enjoy warm and cool sea breeze throughout the year. First point, in on the 50 page number, land observe heat faster than water. Therefore, in summer, the air above the land is warm and rises up very fast. Due to this, the cool sea breeze flows into the land, thus the temperature remains mild. For this, you see both the diagram. In first, sea breeze. Sea breeze start from sea. Look at here. This is the sea breeze. First step, second step, then warm from land. Okay, after that go upside, then return flow, that's cool. Okay, and then after second picture start from this, because this is the land breeze, so start from land. This is first picture, second picture, warm up, return flow, this is cool. Okay, thus the coastal region are neither too hot nor too cold. Coastal region, places near the sea coast, we call it the coastal region. So thus the coastal regions are neither too hot nor too cold. The temperature remains moderate. Moderate means, what is moderate here? Moderate means medium, soft, we call it moderate, all around the year. Okay, the inland regions experience extreme climate due to the distance from the sea. They experience very hot summer and severe cold winter. So, what is inland and extreme. Student, inland means an area which is located in the interior of a country, and word is extreme. Extreme means of the highest degree, we call it extreme. Okay, now student, I hope you all understand this. Thank you so much for listening.